Hello and welcome back to my channel, Country Conversations with Diva D. And this is my Married to Medicine recap. I'll have the name and the season. And the season is season 10. I don't know what episode this is because I was ready to get into the review. This is Country Conversations with Diva D. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in because I got some things to talk about. Yeah, I was so mad I couldn't even write up the doggone look at the name of the episode and all. I was just getting ready to take my notes, honey. I looked at that episode one time and I was like, I never do that. I always watch my episodes twice just in case I miss something, but not today. No, ma'am. I got straight to it. So, how you doing? In honor of Mother Wendy, let's get right into it. The episode opens up, and they are still dragging Quad. Simone said, we don't want to look all hood in front of phony Faye Faye. Okay. Faye Faye hood. Who remembers her first season on the show? We find out that she was sleeping under an air mattress. Or we find out that her mother turned her into a Southern Belle, which she really was not. None of us are. Southern Belles own slaves. I said what I said. And then she's supposed to have been so turned up while she was sleeping with that felon on that mattress. But she upstanding. She's upstanding, and she was taking money out in the parking lot. Child back. Then they told Quad, well, you really hurt us. Especially Jackie. Because Jackie just won't let go of that damn sister circle stuff. Now, I'm going to be throwing in Mr. Carlos King's interview with Quad as well. And in that interview, Quad said that they left before she even had the opportunity to give them a shout out. I could see that because they were jealous. However, I do recall watching Sister Circle. And I do recall her inviting them on the show to promote their products. Matter of fact, Quad is in the intro on Dr. Heavenly's YouTube channel. Check it out if you don't know what I'm talking about. Then Toya goes and says, you call my husband bitch. So did Contessa. Let me tell you the exact words that Dr. Contessa said. Your husband is the definition of a big ass bitch. Yeah. That's what she said. And then Toya said, then Quad was like, no, Eugenia is not calling him a bitch. Well, let me just say this about Mr. Eugenia. He does have his bitch moments. Yes, he does. Say something to me about it. I said what I said. Because he is, later on in the episode, he is too gleeful for me. Now, if you're not in woman's business, why do you care so much that Quad is leaving the show? How's that going to make your world better? She barely filmed with you with your big head self. I can't stand you. Anyway, ooh, these folks made me mad. Dr. Heavenly running around telling folks that Quad is using her. And how's that? Oh, because when we wrap up from filming, Quad compresses and she don't talk to none of us. So what? Simone, do you talk to Heavenly after the show wraps? The only two people I can see talking every now and then is Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Jack. And Dr. Heavenly, don't let me make you forget how Dr. Jackie called you a busted can of biscuits because you said that she was shaped up like a little boy. Now, I'm going to bring everything back to y'all because y'all said things about each other as if Quiet was the only one who ever said anything about y'all. However, to me, it has been Quiet who has had the least to say about you all. This little core four y'all got going right here, each and every one of y'all talk about each other on and off the show. During the Pet and Remy, Dr. Heavenly did a whole Instagram live talking about how Toya was dumb and Cecil didn't have no job. Yeah, yeah. Then Dr. Simone and Toya had to get back on and do their little clap back. Oh yeah. Okay, so just let me say this: don't ever try to get up over on anything on me as far as the memory goes, because I'm gonna bring it up and let you know about yourself. Because I stayed watching YouTube during the panorama because, hey, baby, let me tell you this: I didn't go anywhere. So that was my entertainment. So you can't get anything over on me on the memory thing. So like I said, y'all said things about each other. No different than what Quiet did. Okay. So then Simone gonna say, well, you just pop up when the cameras come on. And then Jackie say, we've all been ready to confront you. So somebody need to confront your po ass. I said what I said. Okay. And you could tell me I'm a busted cam biscuit. I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna go out and get my body cut up just to satisfy you, to make myself look like a bony stick that don't eat. I said what I said. Now, Quiet goes to her room, and when she had her interview with Carlos, he talked about how fine she was in that green, and she was serving the fashion. And didn't she serve the fashion in the confession, baby? They yellow against that nice, smooth brown complexion and those yellow shoes. I don't know who they about. It look like Manola Blunt, but if they weren't, shout out to me and tell me who those shoes were about. Cause honey, I might have to save up a few checks to go get me a pair. But those things were hot and cute and fresh. Who gonna serve the fashions, baby? Who gonna serve the fashions for y'all? Cause the honoree of her own vineyard wine tasting looked a hot damn mess. And I said what I said. So Quiet goes to her room, and she is the saddest I've ever seen her. And I don't care what nobody said. That was not fake. That was a real moment. And then the core four, they're over there. Helen is talking about plus sweet tea. She's over there talking about, well, I'm so tired of Jackie calling me stupid for being friends with Quiet. Oh, so she's stupid for being friends with Quiet. Well, you stupid for being friends with her. Cause Dr. Jackie's so buttoned up and laced up, she act like ain't none of y'all really her friends. And like Quiet said in her interview with Carlos, it's not like the rest of these women don't have friends outside the show, but just like Quiet said in her interview, they act like they don't have friends outside of the show. They all have friends outside of the show, and Quiet has commingulated with. Did I make that word up? I might have commingled. I know what the word is. Anyway, she has commingled with all the friends of the friends of the friends outside the show. So stop it. Those Sister Circle girls were her friends at that time, and she didn't brush them to the side because she had Sister Circle friends. They brushed themselves to the side when they decided they wanted to take the word of an alleged user over her. The woman said that he pulled her hair and dragged her down the stairs. And hey, what? We gonna stay friends with good Dr. G, him and his Mickey Mouse sounding voice and his sour tea wife. That's who we're gonna be cordial with. We're not gonna be cordial with Quiet. And then Simone tries to be the mediator once again, but yet and still she is the head. Oh boy. She the head snake in charge. Okay. I said what I said. And so she breaks the news to with her wicked self. She gonna tell Quiet, yeah, they ready, honey. She gonna Toya call Quiet. Who's gonna call? Oh, let it be me. Let it be me. Well, they don't respect you anyway, Miss Ex-Teacher. They haven't worked in years. Who they keep dragging about, moving from house to house. Don't you remember with your raggedy broke ass? You. So Toya makes the call, and Simone says, you got to go, Quiet. We done with you. And Quiet said, well, I wasn't expecting it. And Quiet starts rubbing her chest. And that is the same move that I make when I'm nervous and upset at the same time. But I'm trying to hold my composure. They brought her down like they were HR. And Simone, again, the head of HR. I guess she's everybody's mouthpiece, literally and figuratively. Quiet said she was heard, and She got in her little room and she was like, I'm hurt. I've had each one of their backs at different times, and she has. Heavenly, especially you. With that whole, they ready to take you down with that YouTube page, honey. Because they had built up an alliance against you. Where was your good friend, Dr. Jackie, when they had made up that alliance for you in the movie theater, honey? Oh, she stays out the mess, but I don't know, forgot how to talk. That made me so mad. But indeed is the messiest of all. Next thing, Sour T calls Dr. G. What you calling him for? What is you calling Taterhead for? Letting him know that Quiet is out of the group. Yay. He said, but stay out of it though. I mean, he talks like a woman more than y'all do, okay? Anyway, Toya calls Dr. Eugene, and Dr. Eugene is celebrating. If he could turn his ass over and take a flip, he would. Jackie is getting ready to interview with the VP. Oh, Miss Jackie. Interviewing with Kamala Harris, Vice President, who is an advocate for the poor. You are not, honey. Do I need to recall you don't service the poor? So what does her extending that Medicaid bill have to do with it? You? Okay. Now, I didn't have all that much respect for you when I heard that you didn't service the poor. OBGYN that don't take Medicaid. So how are you going to service these same underprivileged, underserved women in the Black community that's being ignored and overlooked by their primary care OBGYN? Huh? Where you fit in with that? I want to know. Somebody tell me. So, in the next thing, okay, but hey, somebody got to spray them. Somebody got to spray them. And and Kamala Harris actually said that for the poor, honey. Dr. Jackie works like a Republican. Okay, I said what I said. They go to the Kendall Jackson estate for the wine testing. They all talking about Quiet. Talking about Quiet. Miss Quiet, y'all should have left Miss Quiet there on the trip if y'all want to do all that talking about her. And who makes the toast? Who makes the toast other than Dr. Heaven, who keeps calling Sour T a little girl? In interview, hey, I got my ears to the streets for the shows I recount. In an interview over there with Mila Chan, shout out to Mila Chan, that girl is still over there not liking you too well. So, Dr. Heaven, what did you do? What did you do to her after this little scene? You decided you were gonna give her a little toast. Child, back. You should have been toasting to yourself and successfully getting rid of your so-called friend. That's what the toast should have been about. Yeah, we all did it. We got rid of Quiet's ass, the best dressed and best looking person on the show. That's what we did. We did it. Anyway, then old big-headed lion Phaedra, gone and broke up with Dr. O, the emoji man. Gonna get in Huckafish time. I'm so glad that I'm around, finally, other bosses like myself. Nene wasn't a boss when you was on the show. Well, by the time you got to the Nene show, see, I call it the Nene show, By the time you got to the Nene show, Nene had got her teeth fixed and had already done all her bodily upgrades. And was already on her lounges. In a couple of stores at the time, I believe. Then, we have Kenny Moore. Kenny Moore been talking about that hair care line forever. She had already solidified herself on the show as the villain. And you decided you going to come up against that juggernaut and all you could say it was anything about her skin. She could have talked about them gaps in your teeth. But she did not. She could have. And then everybody's like, okay, well, she carries herself as a wrapped up Southern man. She's always wanted to carry herself as a pro. Y'all don't remember that netted swimsuit that she had on that Kendra went to some kind of event, I want to say Halloween or something, that Nene's shoe event. And she mocked how Phaedra looked in that netted bathing suit, get up with them with them booty pads. Oh, baby, I'm about to run down on these heifers. You hear me? So now Toya is the wine expert, and we are all happy that Toya came up with something to do outside of moving from house to house. So now Toya is the wine expert, right? So, you didn't get on the Facebook for shade. You were calling you the tennis expert. You should have raised your hand and said, no, ma'am, I'm the wine expert. Because all you did at some point was sat around and played tennis and drank wine. So you should be an expert. Next, the men are even having an outing. And what are the men doing when they're having an outing? They talk about quiet. The men. But who brings it up? You already know. New Jean. So while they're having their outing and they are all athletically challenged, Curtis appears. Curtis says that they are all athletically challenged except him. You are too, buddy. I bet you were one of those basketball players that just stood up on the goal. Didn't have no athleticism because you look like a mountain. That just stood there and the other basketball player would just run up against you and have a wreck. Yeah, that's what you look like to me. You don't look like you even had any bit of agility at any time. Now you back when you with the men. Baby, don't think we all forgot about you walking around in that airport, okay? Why you talking about quiet? Why you worried about quiet? Who that you pulled down on your lap? Pro? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was Toya. And you are embarrassed by quiet, Dr. Jackie? That didn't embarrass you when he was already in trouble for having an affair on you, but he pulled down your castmate who you love so dearly these days into his lap. That's a slime and something you got there. But anyway, they all talked about how they had been in daddy daycare. But oh yeah, not you, Curtis, because you put the kibosh on the adoption and the IVF for your wife, and she acquiesced. Okay, she did something for you that she always wanted. But you didn't ever get to have to play daddy daycare with this woman. She only played mommy daycare with your kids. And she never did have any of her own because of you. I remember tweeting about that when she decided that she was going to adopt. And you put the kibosh on it. And I told her if she wanted those kids, she better adopt anyway. And she didn't. She wanted to go through IVF and freeze her some eggs before she got into her 60s because she wasn't at the time. I asked her online, but she still having her cycle. That was way back then, 10 years ago. Yep. I did. And she was like, well, we decided against it. Who is we? Not you. He decided against it. Because it showed on the show. Then we have Cecil and Simone. So Simone, she will go on call and leave Cecil with his children and everybody else's children and who she said that she was going to babysit as well. Dirty. That was dirty. That was dirty what she did by telling other folks that she would babysit their kids but dumping them off on you while she was on call. But, okay, everybody's better than quiet. Then we have Dr. Eugene. Well, we all know Dr. Eugene played daddy daycare. That's not a question. Because Toya could be laying up in the house on her ass and still having Dr. Eugene doing everything. So next. And see, poor new doctor man. He's just not used to it. He's not used to his wife not being around because he is a well taken care of man, which implies to me that he probably was pampered his whole life. Dr. Heavenly says that Dr. Damon, he was always good with the kids. I'm sure he had to be. Because they got tired of, when they were getting ready to sleep, they probably got tired of hearing your mouth. I'm just saying. So, back at the men's event, Dr. Eugene is telling everybody, well, they got rid of old Quad. She was the worst thing that ever happened to the group. So they got rid of her ass. Yay for us. How's that gonna benefit you, Eugene? You got somebody off the show who's not gonna say anything about you moving from house to house? We all know. And so Dr. G and Sour T in confession, he said, ding dong, the witch is dead, the witch is dead. So Dr. G is real giddy about not having Quad on the show. He didn't want them to be friends anyway. Why not, Dr. G? Why you didn't want them to be friends? So Quad can tell you about the money, how stingy you are with the money, how she gonna have access to the money. Okay. So back at the vineyard, the women are getting ready to eat them. And who but Sweet Tea is taking pictures of the food? Did him look good? Did it look good? Did it look good? So she there taking pictures of the food. And then they get on their marriages. And Dr. Heavenly says, well, I just want y'all to know, right? Y'all could take some pointers from us older women. Who's she talking to? Ain't nobody need pointers from you and Dr. G, but you and Dr. D, but you trying to throw a hint at Dr. G. Well, Dr. G probably don't know how to be married because look at how he treated his wife. Oh, by the way, y'all didn't have her back once again. So I think I'll be giving y'all a cold shoulder after taping too if y'all didn't believe me when I said somebody was accusing me. I'm just saying, that's just me. So then Dr. Alicia, hey Dr. Alicia, where you been? Oh, you been on all the events, but we just not hearing your voice. Okay, girl, I didn't even know you was there for so long. So you weren't invisible all that time? Oh, okay. So anyway, she gets to talk finally, and she says that, she needs to learn how to be more submissive because she was doing most of the things around the house, and he wasn't very handy because, like I said, he was a kept man, by his parents, and she was a single mom. She grew up in a home by a single mom. And she needs to just learn how to do that and stop emasculating him because she told him he wasn't handy. Yeah, girl, that was real rude, telling him he wasn't handy. Well, I guess depending on how you said it. But, if he wasn't handy, he wasn't handy. If you took out all the trash and he wasn't helping you take out the trash, then, hey, I'm just saying. I do that around my house because I'm a single parent. But, hey. If I had a man in the house and he'd take out the trash, I probably would say, hey, trash is heavy. It's heavy. And especially since they have to have those little things you have to roll, and should I say big things you have to roll out to the end of the road. Yeah, that's heavy. So, yeah, I probably would have said something to his ass too. What's wrong with that? Then she don't say, well, that's what I married him for. Because he is the head and I am the neck. Oh, so now you male-centered. That's why you finally got to say something else. You are like the rest of those male-centered women at the table. Gotcha. Because they all have to be male-centered to me, whether they have jobs or not, and whether they act like Toya or not. Who makes a man do everything. But they all male-centered to me since they started with Dr. G. Okay, I said what I said. So, they asked about Dr. O going towards the end of the episode. And they say, and phony fake ass Phaedra says, we are indeed broken up. You're broken up because you never was together. If you all watch this video, please, I'm begging, drop down in the comments and tell me, did you ever think that Phaedra was in a relationship with this man, Dr. O, the emoji man? Speak up. Tell me. Anyway, that is the end of the episode. I am so perturbed, so angry. Quiet. Miss Quiet, Miss Quiet. You still got it. You still got it. Now, if I was you, I would humble myself real good. Go around there and talk to the execs at Bravo and tell them, if you want to make magical TV again with this show, bring my good sis Mariah back. And then y'all team up, and then y'all form an alliance. See, what happened was they broke up y'all two and slid in there with all the evil, wicked things that Mariah was saying about you, according to you in that interview with Carlos. And I believe every word of it. Because once you became a bigger name than her, and that was her show, I believe 100%, I said it back then, that she felt some kind of way about that. I wish you all had talked about that behind the scenes and not let Dr. Simone, with all her underlying wickedness, because don't hardly show on the show, but I see you, Dr. Simone. I see you, heifer. And with all her wickedness, be the spokesperson to get rid of people off the show. What y'all should have done, handle that behind the scenes. Come to them with the united front and say, my good sis ain't going nowhere, no matter how y'all felt about each other at that moment. Because now y'all scrambling. And the fans, this is what the fans want to see. The fans don't want to see this mess. I was on Twitter a while ago and I was talking about how much I dislike these heifers for what they did to Quiet. That's why lady gonna say, well, why you watch show? I said, same reason you watch the show, heifer. To be entertained, and I can be entertained even more if Quiet and Mariah was together. Then I said to her, do you like everybody on every show you watch? Don't ask me no bullshit like that. I could still watch it, and like a lot of people, I didn't like JR when I watched Dallas. Okay, but I still tuned in every week. I said what I said. And that is going to end this recap. Drop down in the comments. Tell me how you feel. This is Country Conversations with DVD. I know I was super passionate because I had to wait until the morning to come to y'all with the mess. But anyway, here we are. I'm going to close as I do by saying, deuces. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I am out.